Hello, my brothers and sisters. I hope you all are well. I'm just sitting here getting ready to go shopping and do a little something. I'm not rich. But, anyways, I just wanted to tell you a little bit about myself. Um, for all you that are struggling with alcohol, look at me. I was a complete alcoholic. Um, I fell into the trap of alcoholism during my youth, but I'm clear now. The Lord brought me back. He made me see the light. And I just want to explain to you how this happened. I know that many of you struggle from this, whether it be drugs or alcohol. I've done both, but my main thing was alcohol. And it goes both ways. Eat drugs or alcohol, it's all the same. How I did it and how I got out was God was with me, and He's always been with you since you were a child. Because remember, He knows the very numbers of the hairs on your head. He knew you before you were born. Okay? Think about that. Let that sink in. So He knows what you are going to go through. And He also knows that you are going to glorify Him with your testimony of what you went through too. I went through a lot of stuff, beginning with my childhood. My father being an alcoholic. He was in Vietnam. That's another story. I'll get to that later. But he was an alcoholic. And then I followed that pattern. I thought I was never going to be like that. I even actually asked my father, could I be an alcoholic too? And he thought that I would never be, because I guess he thought, because I was a great worker. I could say a lot. I don't like to boast about myself, but I was very good at my job and what I did in my life in the past. But then I fell down. I fell, and I fell hard. It spiraled. And I'm just wanting to tell you this because I know what it feels like to spiral. You think that you have it all in control until everything just falls apart in a blink of an eye, right? But God makes a way for you. He does. I thought that I was going to lose everything, and He brought back double portion. I was drinking bottles like you. Like I lived off of it. That's how I was. But He made a way for me because I believed in Him ever since. Well, I've always believed in Him because I was brought up in a Catholic religion, so they taught me about Jesus. But I always believed in Him deep in my heart. Ever since I opened that book and I saw Him and what He did for us and died, I knew who He was, and I had a connection already. I felt it ever since I was a little girl, though. Some people say differently. There's different testimonies, but I always felt it because, I don't know, I just did. Ever since I was a little girl, I opened that first book up when I was 6 years old, and I knew He was my daddy. So He brought me out of this, but I guess He put me there so I could show you what I went through. So for all you drug addicts and alcoholics out there that suffer, believe me, there's a way out. Don't think there isn't. He loves you, and He can bring you out of it. He brought me out of it. I went through it all. The hospitals, the withdrawals, everything. One day I told Him, I can't do this anymore, and I gave my life. I said, Lord, take this out. And I dropped to the ground, and I kneeled, and I said, do what you gotta do, knock me out, do whatever. And I did it. And he put me in the hospital, and I found myself in the hospital. That's where I started to realize how real he was. And I started to continue my path, even though I was already starting it before I even got knocked down like that. So don't give up. God bless you all that suffer from this depression and anxiety of the worlds, and where our fathers and mothers have been born to us, and we were born into these families that are not correct, did not know either what to do. Please don't stop. Keep going. Don't ever give up. Jesus is there with you always. He will rescue you. Don't worry. You just keep praying. Get on your knees and you fall to the ground and you tell him, I need your help, and he will. Believe me, I was on that bed table ready to die, and he rescued me. Okay? I love you all. Don't give up. God bless you. In Jesus' mighty name.